Hello, this is Joe from Nerd in Korea. We're looking at budget proliferate mechanic today. So, common budget cards for this. These are the cards I think most people go to right away. They're good ones to know, that's for sure. If you want to build a whole deck, you're going to need a lot more than just these cards, though. So that's kind of why you want to look at some other options. Anyway, Flux Channeler. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, proliferate for $1.03. If you're doing a Jeskai, that's number one where I'd do that. Evolution Sage. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Again, 150 for that one. Very, especially in green, crazy good. Thrumming Bird. Whenever Thrumming Bird deals damage to a player, proliferate. Again, it does have evasion built into it, and it's a flyer. So if you got some kind of flying proliferate deck, this is great. I can't see proliferate very well. Anyway, 4 cents for that one. Okay, what do I mean by budget? As always, I mean $2 or less, and I am looking at the TCG market value for that. Not a sponsor. Yeah, always have to say that. And my computer's not behaving. Great. What is proliferate? So proliferate is very hard to say, apparently, but is a very useful mechanic in a number of strategies. It allows you to choose any number of permanents or players and give them an additional counter of any kind. So this may help your creatures by increasing the number of +1/+1 counters, or even shield counters, making them indestructible one time. So you can pile up shield counters and basically make them indestructible, hopefully, for the whole game. Or +1/+1 counters and just make them really big. Or hurt your opponents by giving them additional poison counters. Again, poison counters are counters. They're often represented by a card, but according to the rules, they are a counter, okay? So you can keep piling those up. It's basically a win condition. It makes proliferate into a win condition. This video is going to cover budget cards that provide proliferate. The next video will be on support or synergy cards for proliferate. Again, there's a lot of cards with synergy with proliferate that don't necessarily do the proliferating. But good things to have if you want it in your deck. Alright, here I go. Adapted Spore Singer. So this is our first one here. It has Vigilance, that's nice. It is a 2/2 for 2 and a green. So not really CMC-wise, you're not getting this creature out for just that. When Adapted Spore Singer enters the battlefield, choose one. Again, having options is always great. Right? Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains Vigilance until end of turn. Again, if you can flicker this, you can just keep stacking up those +2/+2s and make it into a huge creature with Vigilance. Or proliferate. Okay? So that's probably what you want this card for. Again, in some kind of flicker deck, I feel like this has a dual usefulness. Anyway, 4 cents. Tainted Observer. Okay, this is a flyer, that's nice. And for 3, so 1 in Simic, that's a green and a blue. It is a 2/3 flyer, so that's already quite good. And it has Toxic 1. Again, Toxic, whenever it deals damage to a player, they get 1 poison counter. And if you're going to be proliferating a lot, that's all you need is 1, and then just proliferate, right? If they get 10 poison counters, they lose the game. So get 1 poison counter on them, proliferate 9 times, you win. Or they lose, I should say, but anyway. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2. If you do, proliferate. This pay 2 kind of thing, a lot of people don't like. I'm not crazy about it, but it's whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you get to do proliferate, potentially. That's actually a very good ability. You kind of wish you didn't have to pay 2 is all. But yeah, it can be very useful. There's a lot of ways to set that up and set that off. Anyway, 10 cents for that one. Serum Snare. This is an instant, so return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If that had mana value 3 or less, proliferate. So this is kind of like a more expensive version of Unsummon. It's 1 in a blue rather than just a blue, so that might be kind of a downside right there. but it also lets you proliferate. One thing I do really like about the design of this card is that usually you kind of don't want to use something like Unsummon on something with a low CMC because they're just going to cast it again. Here, if you use it on those low CMC targets, you get a benefit from that. So I feel like it's kind of better than Unsummon in a lot of ways. You're going to be more comfortable using it in different situations than Unsummon, where you're like, oh, they can just cast this again for like 2 mana, so I shouldn't do that. This, you actually get the extra benefit. Anyway, 22 cents. Experimental Augury. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into the bottom of your library in any order. Okay, and then proliferate, right? So this is giving you the card draw and card sorting and proliferate. Very, very strong combination. For 1 and a blue, that's really, cost-wise, that's not that bad, right? You do have better options with like Brainstorm for card draw, but that does not give you the proliferate trigger. I think overall this is a very underutilized card. I think you could put this in a lot of decks, and even if you're not running a major +1/+1 counters deck or something like that, or a major counters deck in general, this could do some work. Anyway, 46 cents. Oh, what is your favorite Proliferate card? What's your favorite one? I'm always interested to hear. And please hit like and subscribe if you enjoy it. Give it a like and a share or whatever. Yeah. Unnatural Restoration. Okay, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Proliferate. Okay, there's plenty of cards where you can pay 1 green and get a card back to your hand. Those are, if you're looking for only that effect, those are much better. If you want to proliferate, this is so much better. You're basically paying 1 colorless for a proliferate trigger. That's low. If you've got things even moderately well set up, with this you're going to get way more than 1 mana's value out of it. It's really pretty amazing as cards go. Anyway, 53 cents for that one. The List. Adaptive Spore Singer, 4 cents. Tainted Observer, 10 cents. Serum Snare, 22 cents. Experimental Augury, 46 cents. And Unnatural Restoration is 53 cents. All well under $1 as well, which is always nice. But anywho, take it easy.